Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the PAPAJO Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Thank you for being here. It's been a very interesting day so far. Good morning, as it has been, if you will. Lots of stuff going on in my world with work, trying to still get caught up from everyone being out sick and whatnot. And yeah, fun stuff. I've never looked at the camera while holding that mug. Whoa, I need to probably not use that mug. Anyways, it probably looks interesting while I'm drinking it. So that's pretty cool. Sorry, squirrel. Anyways, hang on. Good grief, still had this stupid cough. So, anyways, do me a favor, likes if you like the content, subscribe, and then of course share this out on your socials and your family, friends, and whatnot, and have other people come in while we're live, and then watch it later, etc. So one of the yesterday, lots of fun stuff that we talked about, but one of the things was that we launched or part of launching the crypto confidential stuff. Really just want to talk about that for the next couple weeks here, primarily because the information that you're going to get in there is going to be very, very well worth that the subscription to it. Now, it is going to unlock different things for you all. It'll give you access to people like Divvy Daddy, Litecoin Leader, myself. I will guest right for it. I do not have the time to do it every single time, but it is going to be well worth that investment. So it's scrolling along the bottom of the screen if you want to join it. And then also linked in the description of the channel here as well. It is a newsletter, and it will also be a hard copy, will also be sent to your homes as well. If that is something you'd like, it is definitely worth it. So, and if it's at the end of the day, if it ends up being not something you want to deal with, you don't gotta. If you do subscribe it, you don't gotta renew. So, anyways, it is also, to those of you who are part of, I do these shows here at 12:30 Eastern, and I also do a show at 4:30 Eastern as well. That is also scrolling on the bottom of the screen here and in the description of the channel. But that is through Patreon, and because of the attack on our First Amendment rights, I have to dadgum do a stupid paywall, unfortunately, for a unfiltered Papa Joe time. I can't just come out here and say whatever I want to do, kind of thing. And it really, really is frustrating, right? My heart, you guys, those of you who know me, a lot of you folks in the chat here, you know my heart. I just want to tell the truth about stuff, and or call out whenever someone's not telling the truth about something. And that's what I do with the Patreon there. So those of you who are part of it, it means a lot to me. Really, genuinely, thank you. So if you aren't, it's $5 a month. It's like really is nothing. So just throwing that out there for you all. If you want to be here, a secondary Papa Joe show where we really dig into some stuff, like I've talked about history of things, I've talked about the medical stuff going on right now, I've talked about banking and what's really going on, stuff like that. So anyways, and eventually, if I can get people to come on my show, I'm going to have some interviews and some people I'm trying to get on here that I will probably launch as a private video on the Patreon for only. And then maybe a week or two later, launch it out publicly, just so that, the information and whatnot, people can actually have it and everything. So kind of have that first access, if you will, to there. So, but I digress. So, those of you who did sign up, by the way, for Crypto Confidential, thank you. It is going to be very well worth that investment. Say that as long as the information is followed that is in those in the newsletter. So, anyways, just as a reminder for that is launching on February 1st. Not quite ready yet. There will be a messaging form that you'll have access to. And then also private events specifically for the members of Crypto Confidential. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and say good morning to you, beautiful, amazing people. And who do we got here today? We got Tom. Good morning, my friend. How are you doing today? Good morning. Good morning. Crypto Disposition. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for being here. Bitcoin Management Gym. How are you doing, my friend? Good morning. And Bitcoin Country. How are you? Good morning. Kim, good morning. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. Who else we got here? We got Steven. How you doing, my friend? Good morning. Who else we got here? Lithia, good morning. Look at a lot of people in here today. Fantastic. I love it. If you are watching live, do me a favor, pop into the live chat and say, hey, we all have a fun conversation typically, and it is usually part of what I do with the shows, right? I want to talk to you guys. I bring your comments up, stuff like that. So as you can see, I thoroughly enjoy having a conversation with everyone. Who else we got here? Up, Francis K. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here. All of you, really, genuinely, thank you. If you're watching on other platforms, I know I'm streaming to Facebook and Twitter at the same time as YouTube. Comment, like, whatever, share it out, retweet it, and see if you can get other people watching. You know, the more people that get this type of information, especially right now, the better off I think that we will all be going down the road. Right now, it's just we need to start focusing on getting our friends and family into what we'll call, I'll coin the word, onboarding, if you will, for cryptocurrency and in general blockchain related assets. That includes NFTs, that includes the actual use cases and business applications for blockchain, as well as just straight up the monetary aspects of it as well. So also, as I always try to remind everyone, this is for educational purposes only. I am not giving you financial advice, tax advice, or legal advice. Do your own research. Hopefully this will start down those different roads for researching purposes. So anyways, I am going to have some fun with this show today, I think. The FUD is insane right now. And usually when that happens, I have noticed that over the years, we end up having some fun rises and falls, if you will, in the crypto prices. Now, with all of the crazy stuff going on with inflation, all the crazy stuff going on with all the attempts to regulate all this stuff, is funny. Talk about FUD, and everything we're going to talk about today has nothing to do with the regulator. We're also going to talk about some adoption that I'm noticing. A lot of stuff that's flying under the radar, if you will. So it's very, very, very interesting. Steven, have you seen anything on the SEC's view on Ethereum? I've seen it pretty well. I've been following anything blockchain. I think it from what I've seen about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these other platforms, they're being very dovish, very we'll look at that later. They've been focusing on the stable coins. So it's very interesting from my perspective that has been their primary focus. So I haven't seen anything in particular focusing on Ethereum or focusing on Bitcoin. It's all been stable coins, which go figure. They're going to try and launch. I talked about that yesterday. They're going to launch a CBDC or try to, because, well, China's already done it. So why not be the instead of be the leader, be the follower there? But at the end of the day, it's not going to work at all because it's just a digital fiat currency. That's all it is. And people who are recognizing that now, they're just redoing what they're doing. They're just going to call it a crypto, and it's not. It'll be on a blockchain, but it won't be anything like what Bitcoin is. So, but yeah, I was just saying that I'm not talking about any regulatory bodies today. This is all just, well, this first one's the Treasury. So I guess that would be an interesting way to do that. Tom, you are correct, my friend. It will fail. It will fail. It is failing. It already has failed. So this first one is the Treasury. I guess I was wrong about it being a regulatory body. But anyways, so it's interesting. All of the ads that you guys have seen recently, guys and gals. I was in a restaurant the other day, and a crypto wallet commercial came on. The Bitcoin symbol was everywhere. It was this. I was just like, yo, what's up with that? And then you got crypto.com buying what was used to be the Staples Stadium or Arena, whatever it was before. You've got Matt Damon doing a stupid, I think it's crypto.com commercial as well. You got all this stuff that's going on, and now they're sitting there going, oh yeah, we're going to crack down on that. We're going to make sure that they follow all of these regulations with their advertising because they don't want anyone misled. buy anything. They don't want anyone getting into it. They don't want anyone touching it. It's so freaking annoying that they every time you and I turn around, what's going on? Some news article, Treasury, SEC, someone's trying to get you to stop touching this. But they actually can't. The only thing they can do is say, Bitcoin bad, Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's bad, Bitcoin's dead, crypto, da 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 da. Don't touch blockchain. It can. Oh no, never mind. Blockchain can actually do something. Right, like let the entire financial system run on it. Yeah. Anyways, they're going to move to change the law. Would see assets subject to the FCA rules as shares and insurance. In other words, they're going to basically make the ads abide by the FCA rules. Fun times, guys and gals. Fun times. The government has unveiled plans to crack down on misleading cryptocurrency ads. I wonder what they're Thank you, Trini Man. Good morning, by the way. Thanks for popping in. Yes, straight up, just fear mongering. Just everything they're trying to do. I can't see the other word on there. The video will get put into different categories. Anyways, so I do not want that in. So they're going to effectively, they're just afraid of what this is becoming. They're afraid of people realizing that the monetary system is how they are controlling them. When people start to realize that the monetary system is how they're controlling them, and that if they simply go and come outside of their system, they have no control. It's amazing. All of the different people that are starting to live just the crypto life. By the way, just another tidbit here. The Crypto Confidential, that's going to be some things that they talk about how to live with crypto only. Think about it. Definitely going to be interesting information in there. So anyways, they're going to sit here and tell us all the time. This isn't going to stop until, well, I think the masses are going to say when the masses move over into crypto, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and all these other different platforms, probably even Polygon too. Probably. We'll start to see that they'll join or they're going to die. I keep saying it. They're going to join or they're going to die. There's nothing they can do about it because they can't control it. They didn't launch it. They didn't set it up. They can't control it. Now they're playing the catch-up game. They're in a reactive mode instead of a proactive mode, and they can't stop this. And I absolutely love it. I look at this FUD and stuff like this makes me sit here and go, just scream to the mountaintops, whatever you want to call it, because they're freaking out. It's just showing me more and more that we're on the right path. We really are. Now, a little bit of an interesting thing here. Interest rate surge reflects Fed's policy as overstayed its welcome. No kidding. Go away. Sorry. Soaring inflation. Yeah, I think we're gonna hit hyperinflation, everyone. If you haven't been paying attention to that, you really need to. Just be ready for it. Just be ready for it. We're gonna talk about something in just a second that is what's about to take place, and I am waiting for stuff for me with my corporate job that I it's going to be very telling, especially for where I work, where the markets and the economy really is. We're going to find out here very, very soon. So anyways, soaring inflation, by extension, interest rates, and expectations for the Federal Reserve rate hikes have made their presence felt in the Wall Street in a big way. So what happened to the stock markets yesterday? The stock markets really, really got hammered. As far as the stock market is concerned, they really got hammered. Bitcoin also came down too, just like cryptos have also come down too, but they kind of stopped. I've been saying that. Crypto is going to come down because all of these institutional investors and these funds and stuff like that, they have fiduciary responsibilities. They have to cover the losses or cover the contracts. So they're going to sell the assets that are more risky to them, like crypto, to them. And they're going to cover those losses so that they can make sure they can hedge themselves and protect themselves. That's how they do this. Thing is, though, it's crypto's only going to go down so much because they haven't really invested majorly in it yet. It's coming, though. It's coming, and it's coming in a big, big way. Just wait. What's going to end up happening is that this is going to continue. That the sell-off in crypto is going to kind of we're at the floor right now. I think they don't have much else to get rid of. The rest of us, we're holding on to our stuff. We're not letting it go. Hold it forever. Use it. Like I talked about yesterday's on actually join the Patreon. I talked about some very interesting stuff around mortgages with crypto. Yeah, you want to go do that one. Seriously. That's the type of stuff that I talk about on the Patreon. I try to give more content that is actionable and usable and whatnot within the Patreon there. So anyways, back to the content over here today. Yeah, this is going to seriously, I've been telling you guys, sorry about the noise. Hang on. Mute that. Sorry. Where was I? Bloomberg, I love this tweet. Bloomberg Intelligence forecast 25 basis points in 2022. March, June, July, September, and December. So bringing it up a whole percentage point. Very, 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 very interesting. Now, when that happens, Tom, perfect. Exactly. When that happens, they're going to try and soak up the money that they've printed that's now circulating. It's not going to be enough. It won't even be close to enough. They printed 80% of the current monetary supply in the last 2 years. I don't think they realized they did that. They just pushed the button and walked away. They pushed print and just walked away. And it's still printing. It's still printing. People are still getting the stimulus checks and stuff like that. They're still talking about even more. Why? And they got millions of people on unemployment now because, well, after the hunger disease was announced and everyone was told to get the cookies, and if they got the cookies, then they can go back to work. Well, now those businesses are done. I was reading, I love to go to Five Guys every once in a while, by the way. They're going to close down a lot of the shops and most likely close down all of them because people don't want to work because they can make more money sitting at home on unemployment, which is coming out of the printing press, which is going back into the economy, creating you see how this happens? The inflation is continuing because they're printing the money and they're propping the stock market up. They're printing the money and they're paying people on unemployment and the stimulus, and that's going back into the economy, creating even more circulation, creating even more velocity, creating even more inflation. It's compounding. 25 basis points increases? No, that was not going to be a big enough sponge. I'm sorry. It's just not. This is going to get very, very ugly very, very quick. And here's a significant indicator for this. And this is what I was talking about with my work. Goldman CEO says he sees real wage inflation everywhere after a 33% jump in pay expenses. All businesses that are big-time businesses, if they do not significantly increase their employees' wages that are in corporate America, or even if it's an hourly job, if they don't significantly increase the wages, they're going to have major employment problems because those employees are going to go somewhere else to get the money they need to survive from somebody else if they do not give that raise to account for that cost of living expense, which went up a lot last year. A lot. In December alone, it was up 7%. A lot. We're into double digits for as far as the consumer price index or whatever it is, the indicators for inflation is concerned. We can't, if that doesn't take place, if these businesses are going to have to suck it up and they're going to have to start spending more on their wages, or they're going to lose employees for someone else who's willing to pay for it. Because people are going to say, I got to feed my family. and I can't feed my family on that salary. I can't feed my family on this on that hourly payment. They will do everything in their power to make sure that their families are protected. You know, what's really, really, really frustrating to deal with, by the way, is a hungry mob. If they're hungry, if they can't feed their families, there's going to be a big problem in other ways. And that's what's going to end up, we're going to end up dealing with that kind of stuff. Look at not El Salvador, Venezuela. They printed too much money. Look at all the, what was it, Zimbabwe? I think it's Zimbabwe is another one. They printed too much money. And then they reset and it did it again. Those places are looking at Bitcoin and crypto as a store of value, as a way to do that. I think Zimbabwe actually went to using gold and silver to buy and do and trades and do commerce with each other. I mean, I could be wrong. What was that? You guys keep me honest. It was another country that was doing that. It was a little while ago, but anyways, real quick on this. The compensation cost for Goldman Sachs jumped 33% to 17.7 billion for 2021. A whopping $4.4 billion increase, executives say. That made the average per employee compensation reach $404,000 in 2021, up from $329,000 in 2020. That'd be a nice salary, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty nice. Pays to be a banker, doesn't it, guys? Gal, pays to be a banker. Banking needs to die as it is. We become the banks. That's the whole point of having a crypto-only device. That's the whole point of finding a good custodian like Viva Capital to hold your cryptos for long term, like the retirement type stuff, or as far as a true traditional style of investing. Get out of these systems. They just want to the amount of backstabbing and destruction that they have caused. That there needs to be something that needs to be done about the banking system as a whole. Those of you who haven't read The Creature from Jekyll Island by G.O.R. Griffin, you seriously need to. Legitimately, seriously need to. So let's give some fun, interesting news here. This flew under the radar yesterday. I didn't see it anywhere. I don't know why all of a sudden it's showing up now. Walmart to offer cryptocurrency NFTs filings show. What filings? Patent filings. Patent filings show that Walmart is going to offer a platform for people to buy and sell cryptocurrencies and NFTs. Walmart. Who was it we talked about last year that the hiring of people were very telling for Amazon? Walmart and Amazon, I can tell you right now, are very big competitors. Actually, those two are major competitors. Amazon has competitors for, well, anything and everyone really in retail, except maybe hardware stores, not as much. But then again, probably for like maybe everything, but like large bulk items, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they'll eventually go after that kind of market share. So, sorry. Yeah, Walmart. Who'd thunk it? Walmart. Let's see here. Walmart is heading into the metaverse. The retail giant filed several trademarks in recent weeks that suggest it would soon begin selling virtual goods from toys to electronics, as well as introducing a cryptocurrency and the opportunity to buy and sell non-fungible tokens. In a statement, Walmart said it was continuously exploring how the emerging technologies may shape future shopping experiences. It declined to comment on specific trademark filings. Tom, I wouldn't buy from Walmart. Yeah, that would be very, 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 very interesting. But here's the thing. You want to onboard everyone and anyone and provide a way to do something like that? Everybody, for the most part, shops at Walmart. Sometimes form or fashion, some way, form or fashion. Yes, that's very true, Tom. Very, very true. Although I think a lot of those people under the hood have been removed, if you know what I mean. For those of you who don't know, there's a live chat on YouTube that I'm talking to different people on. If you want to pop over into YouTube, watch it live, and join the chat conversation, we have a fun time. So, yeah, very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. Here's what happens with NFTs. Jack Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter, sold a digital version of his first tweet for more than $2.9 million. People are doing some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff when it comes to the crypto. Crypto is interesting. Yeah, Walmart. They're trying to beat Amazon to the punch. It's a race now, folks. Do you get it? How many businesses are going to all of a sudden flip, turn a 180 around when it comes to cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and even things like in the metaverse? How many of these businesses are going to go after the money that's going to be there? They see the writing on the wall. The next generations, they don't want to go into the store, and they typically don't. They go to places to get food, and even then, they usually just have it delivered to their house. Especially in metropolitan areas, they just order online and it shows up at their front door. They don't go out except for to eat at restaurants or to go to their favorite watering hole or anything like that. That's what they go do. That's the next generation. They don't really go, they go for entertainment purposes or to hang out with friends. They don't go shopping anymore in a brick and mortar. Nope. They really, really don't, unless they absolutely have to. They don't do it. They have it delivered to the store. It's that simple. It's very, it's interesting. So, it's interesting here. I've been saying this too. I've been saying this. I'm going to keep saying it. And those of you who are regulars, I'm sorry. Those of you who are new, this is the way. This is what's going to end up happening. Bitcoin will emerge stronger after stocks dip 10 to 20%. A Bloomberg analyst. This is very true. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. Yeah, exactly. Tom, can you say a 5.6 trillion, or I guess $5 to $6 trillion market cap for cryptos? When that happens, and it will happen, because that's very, very easy for it to do, cryptos will be very, very valuable. You got to also realize that you got to look at that from a dollar standpoint. Dollars are worthless. Look at it from a gold and silver standpoint. By the way, silver's up today a lot. I haven't looked at it in the past couple hours, but it's a lot. So, Federal Reserve policy should mean markets see a long-awaited come down or drawback up to 1/5 of its value, says Bloomberg Intelligence. He's also including Bitcoin in this, but this is where it gets interesting, is Bitcoin and crypto will become stronger after that fall, primarily because it will stop falling and the rest of the market will keep going. People will look at that and go, wait a minute, that's got value. It's real. It's going to be fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you are long risk assets, you are fighting the Fed. And cryptos are the riskiest asset, according to this guy. It's not true. The key thing to remember is Bitcoin is the least risky asset among cryptos. There are some other really good ones that are really not risky because their actual business is building a platform that is a solution to solve a problem. Like Matic, Polygon. They're really solving problems. It's a real solution. Anyways, I think that's what's going to be very interesting. On the last little thing here, El Salvador president hits back in a tweet after rating agency Moody's issues a warning over its Bitcoin buying. Again, the FUD. You know what he said in his tweet? Did you guys see his tweet? I follow this guy. He doesn't always put it in English, but El Salvador. He literally says breaking El Salvador. You know what that means. I'm going to bump it really, really big. DGAF. And for the fact that we have other people listening here, that's what it means. They don't care what Moody's says. They don't care what the world thinks about what they're doing. Their credit rating, they don't care. They are realizing that cryptocurrency and blockchain technology moves them outside of the control of the banking systems as it is the world markets. It is completely outside of it. There's an entirely separate market set up in blockchain, set up in crypto. And they know that. And they're moving in that direction. And they're setting the stage for the rest of the world to follow its footprints. And they don't care what anyone says. They don't care about credit ratings because they don't need credit anymore. Pretty soon, the rest of the world will be coming to someone like El Salvador saying, hey, you did this Bitcoin thing. How do we do it? Help us get out of this system. That's what's going to happen. I guarantee you, it probably already is happening. And to me, I find it hilarious to sit here and have all of these different things. So looking at the chats here, all these different things that is happening in the world, all these different news articles, news agencies, and regulatory bodies, and whoever else is sitting here going, don't touch this, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. If they're saying don't do it, you probably should be. Not financial advice, but just saying. Probably should be. Anyways, just to kind of close out here, I will have a show at 4:30 this afternoon Eastern for my Patreon. If you're not joined on the Patreon, it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, as well as linked in the description of the video. Also, if you want some really, really in-depth analysis on net new crypto-related projects, assets, if you want to learn how to or learn from people who are living the crypto life, if you're wanting to have the advice of people who've been very successful in the world of crypto in a very, very detailed format, join Crypto Confidential. The link is also scrolling on the bottom of the screen. It is also linked in the description of the channel. It is going to be very worth that subscription. If you follow the advice given in there, it will most likely pay for itself. Can't promise anything, but it should. Also, you'll have access to a messaging board to me and other people like me. And you'll have access to private events where we will get together and discuss different things coming down the pipe. And, well, just have a good time sometimes too. So, anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. You guys look out for the video this afternoon at 4:30 Eastern. Yeah, you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of the day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.